So there's been a lot of discussion about AI, artificial intelligence, ChatGTP. Google's, and that, by the way, is funded by OpenAI, which is under the Microsoft Bing umbrella. Also, Bard has come out, which is part of Google. It obviously is several steps behind where ChatGPT is. The last version of ChatGPT, which blew me away, was only able to score 10% on the bar exam, meaning had ChatGPT taken the bar exam, it wouldn't be able to become a lawyer. The new version of ChatGPT scores at the 90th percentile, which means, yeah, it passes the bar exam. That doesn't mean there isn't a need for lawyers. It does mean that the job of paralegal, the assistant to lawyers, their job's probably gone. You still need the lawyer to come up with anyhow, lawyers need to be lawyers, but the research that the paralegals do, it's probably one of those jobs that's gone the way of the dodo bird. So it's led to a big discussion in academia. And I part ways with most of my colleagues on this. Most are very upset by it, upset that students are using it, upset that the detection programs that are out there right now are not great. I've tried a couple of them, and I found ways to get around them. Let's just be honest. If I were a student, I would know how to submit something using ChatGPT, and that would pass an AI detector. And I'm not that smart, but I can figure out how to do it. So I'm quite certain our students are going to be able to figure out how to do it. I guess the reason that I part ways with my colleagues on this is that I am old enough that I remember what it was like to do a research paper when I had to go to the basement of our university library, and to look up a source, you had to go into microfiche, which, anyhow, had to go to microfiche, and, you could go to 5 sources before you found one that actually is relevant for what you're trying to do. So what you can do in a Google search in 10 seconds is better than 5 hours worth of work back when I was a college student. So this new AI, we can look at it as a threat to academia, or we can look at it as, well, this is actually pretty awesome. And I guess I would just urge my colleagues to not be threatened by this, but see it as a positive. The most interesting use that my students have told me that they're using for this is in some classes they're being assigned research papers to read, and these are entry-level students. They've not been taught how to read research papers, let alone how to process it and so forth. So I have students who are using ChatGPT to summarize this 17-page paper I was assigned to read that I don't know how to read. Please summarize it in 400 words. And it does. That's a pretty good use. So again, I don't want to see a world where we dismiss new technologies or see them as threats. They're not. It's actually pretty awesome.